put it on blast because we might have a big challenge for the Buzzard B. Welcome back to the channel, one and all. We've got Japanese in the hand of 3D Clans B going up against Sassy on the Delhi. Himeyama is the opening map here. And this, no matter what map you put it on, feels like a hard matchup for the Japanese. If there's anyone who can find a way through, that is the B's knees with the Japanese. Yep, say that 10 times. I feel like it could be B. B has been very creative in the past. We've seen some incredible builds. I think he's one of the first people to clock the viability of Yuumi in the right circumstance. And even one of the first people to start experimenting with 2TC up against the Delhi. I don't think it's going to be a 2TC game, but maybe he has a way of fishing some hope here. Because right now, Delhi are looking vile. If you guys haven't seen the standings, by the way, I need to remember to start doing this at the start of the videos. I think it would be really cool to begin. The winner of this is going to be going up against Vortex. Vortex, who almost lost early today up against Miyamaika. That set was mind-bogglingly close. This one, is it going to be the same? I mean, Delhi feels like they are the true powerhouse now, right? Because, you know, Byzantines, HRE, usually pro bans, English as well, with certain map pools. Delhi just always seem to sliver by. They're potent, but apparently not to the point that people want to prioritize a ban in the first two phase. Means often they do just slip through like this. So B is going to go for the dot play at the start. Kind of expected here because you are, of course, going to get the very cheap fishing boats. But I think this may be the road to pain. Sassy's going to be going for a very aggressive timing. Likely when you're looking at Ghazi. You going fishing like this slows down this fast castle build that Japan typically always goes for. So I wonder if B is aiming to try and play H2. And if so, I'm wondering what the plan exactly is. Nice thing about being a little bit late to casting these is we can actually go for the 2x speed on the early game. You know, I think the play out of this actually for Japanese is Koka. Because nowadays people are going Dome of Faith, which means they're not getting Tower of Victory archers. So Koka's a little bit better. I'll get a read on that in a second. Dome of Faith's coming on the other side. Blacksmith slanted? It's not. You're just looking at a weird angle. Hills and whatever crap. The reason why I think Koka's really good here, by the way, is if you go Koka plus Horseman, you can beat the crap out of Ghazi. It gives you a very aggressive point as well. If you go for the standard Kura Storehouse, you're just playing slow. And playing slow into Delhi doesn't feel good, and there you go. Koka Township on the way. Party it up, folks. Get my K-Pick Nannies in the chat. It's aggro time. Like, this is the way that Japanese can potentially win. You scale a Horseman with Koka. You get into an eventual Uma Bannerman because you will gradually get that Daimyo, and then you flood. It's a little bit awkward on the timing for going for the Uma, just typically because you don't gather enough gold unless you're going for castle. But I have seen this look very powerful. In fact, we saw it earlier today, just how bloody good this Shinobi can look, whether in feudal or castle. Other side, their stables is coming in, so Sassy doing exactly what's expected of him here. B, he has got enough people in the woods. So the awkward part is, like, you don't know yet if this is an outpost play or the stables play. I'm hoping it's stables, but he's gonna go for the greed. Outpost coming up. Sassy, meanwhile, is gonna be very aggressive on his timing here, right? He's getting his main skull as pumped as possible. No pressure coming to him. And that looks like a little bit of an overboom. B with 5 fishing boats in the central pond. Remember, there's only 2,000 food here for shoreline fish that will expire. Scout is going to reveal what's happening. Only one villager building this up, so the Ghazi is going to come in. That will force B to react more aggressively to build this up. Shinobi is there, though. B. Not pulling away just yet. Actually, it's Sassy that gets scared. A slap on the ass from that Tatara. Enough to scare him off. Sass, does he now follow up archers, or do you just kind of ignore the threat and go for the sacred sites? Because you're seeing that B's building an outpost, you've got to be suspecting he's going castle, right? So if you just try to add in archers, all this kind of crap, play the age, you're going to be headbutting an opponent who's probably rushing up. So you've got to like weigh whether your army's going to be strong enough for the dive. The alternative is you just go for sacred sites, you start that timer aggressively, and you force him out sooner. Cool thing as well is if you go for some infantry here, you can wall them off, but looks like Sassy is just sticking to cavalry only. Makes sense for what he's aiming for here, right? Like, just by going raw Ghazi, you'll reach a point where you can dive into their base. Playing versus Delhi gives B PTSD after those series versus Dumi the last 2 weeks. I mean, Delhi have just been painful, I think, for everyone at this stage. There's such a brutal civ, and even before Delhi got buffed the way they did, this was already one of the hardest matchups for Japanese. It was one of the worst skewed ones alongside Ottomans. Ghazi are now going to march in, and it looks like the fishing boats are in trouble because guess what? He doesn't have enough room to keep them safe. One's already been sunk. Yeah, your Shinobi can't defend this either. You've got 5 in total if they're there, sure, but running them in one by one is how you lose this. Strikes one down. He's already hunting for extras here. The Shinobi are trying to shuffle away. Archership is going to come out, so B will have that reset on the water. Tech up is coming in soon, but that Archership expense just slowed him down. Sass. Sacred Sites haven't been locked in yet. So this is looking a little bit grim for him right now, right? Like, he's only got Ghazi. It's not that crazy of a number. He's not going to be diving the base. It almost feels like Sass trying to go for the fishing was harder than going for the base, which in reality isn't true, but it almost feels like it with the way this played out, right? Good read by going the Archership, and also the Shinobi just being amply pumped into to keep him back. And all of a sudden, we have a game that isn't just as cut and dry as, oh, GG, Delhi destroy. He will at least have map control for the time being. The best thing he can do is rush out for those sacred sites. In fact, he's only playing for 1 right now. Yeah, not ideal, but the reason he's doing this is because if he plays a Scholar out on his own and the Shinobi walk there, Scholar's just going to die before he captures, right? At least this way with the head patting, he can guarantee the cap. Even then, though, like if a Shinobi walks on, you're not getting it, right? That's why you're seeing him now pull the Ghazi army north as well. It's just going to be your atypical play into the stables here. Nothing unordinary from B. Should you make Scholars with the Dome of Faith? Wait. Has he not been? Yeah, he has been. What are you on about? He's been doing that. He hasn't been consistently doing it, but he has been doing it. Had me worried for a second there. Guys are getting ready to wrap in. B, he only got 1 outpost here. However, he does have the Shinobi. Trying to hold in the choke point. Shiv's out. Ghazi are going to look to engage, but the Shinobi a little bit hard to surround in this choke point. So not really finding that damage he was looking for. That's at least fish 2 worker kills in total in this game. I think 1 from there, 1 earlier. The villagers are slightly overextending, but the Shinobi in the outpost nearby should be very difficult for Sass to get additional picks. He's going to go for the dive now, but great micro B. He pulls the injured villager in before he get it. And that Ghazi count now heavily injured here. Yeah, and Sass, he's still going to play the Age. We've got spears being added in now. He can't rush up to Age 3 here. Just too big of an eco difference with the fishing. Spears will at least allow him to also wall off the sacred sites. It's actually a weakness of Japanese here, right? By the way, you might be wondering, why didn't Sassy just play onto the sacred sites, wall them, and then go for a GG? Shinobi. Walls are great if your opponent's just building heavy cav, right? Because you can't burn through quick. Shinobi just kind of don't care. They just press 1 button and hop over it. Sass, has he got pro scouts coming? Oh, it's already in. Yeah, so he's going to be safe at home. That's really important considering Mounted Samurai are in the way. However, it does mean B in the meantime is going to get access to those relics. Not really much that Sass can do about that. I mean, he can try to intercept if the Shintos are unguarded, but if he runs into the Mounted Samurai, right? I think the issue is you have to run around with groups 1 point at a time. Like this approach, though, although the Sacred Site win condition isn't really there quickly, he's at least not giving things over. B, maybe a bit ambitious here. Sass actually hesitates. He backs away. He doesn't like the numbers. For good reason. Look at the health bars. Has to go in now, though. Mad Samurai. Got to be careful not to get surrounded. And Sass has to be careful not to wait too long. Remember, the deflective armor will reactivate. I.e., you will lose effective damage in the fights. Damn. B is just unraveling him with 3 Mad Samurai here. Sass does now have the spears, so B has to be a little bit careful. Sacred Site is still being captured, right? The scout got pulled. B with the Select All Army just removed his blocker to the 2nd Sacred Site here. He's at least shuffling out to the north side, but that's not for Sacred Site control. That's for the relics. 3rd one about to be on the way home here. At the worst possible time. Shinto intercepted. A retreat towards the center pond here, B. Where he keeps his little yacht hidden. He's able to scare away Sass's mass, but Is Sass just going to keep playing H2? I feel like there's a get off the highway point here necessary, right? For now, this looks good. I think Sass has a good kind of constriction on the map, but the relics are starting to seep home. The fishing is about to dry up, so that's a positive for Sassy, right? And I think maybe he's just going for castle now. We are seeing him queue up a lot of scholars. Probably once you're at like 12 scholars, it makes sense to start targeting castle because your unlock speed on your techs will be very fast. And you'll have a huge army that you'll want to upgrade at that stage. Meanwhile, B, he's going to make a switch. We've got Samurai now being added in. Interesting to go Samurai over Onabagisha here, but considering your opponent doesn't have like the next age yet, Onabagisha very squishy, Samurai not. The problem is Samurai very slow. And there's a lot of Ghazi that also get bonus damage against you. Whereas Onabagisha, their DPS, their effective DPS is higher against Samurai. Against Ghazi rather than Samurai. Because remember, Samurai hits for, what, 12 damage? Onabagisha hits for, I believe it's 8 base? But they attack drastically faster. And cost less. And I think the issue for B right now is mass. Look what's happening here. He's losing because he's outnumbered. Great micro by Sass. He's trying to bypass. He's got to stop being greedy with the A-clicks though. You just want to run past the Mount Samurai and then the spears clear up. Ghazi are simply there as a body blocker. An expensive retreat there. Several Mount Samurai going down. The Foot Samurai revealed, but wait, what? Those are Dark Age. B, not like this. He has the resources. He didn't queue it. He finally realizes it, but that was a bit of a mistake there. Unnecessary losses could have been a lot worse. But Sassy must have been paranoid. He's like, why the hell is there Dark Age Samurai here? Had he known how delayed that tech was, he would have committed to the fight and wiped them all. B, got to be counting his lucky stripes there that he didn't get eradicated. Sass, about ready to now go to Castle Age. Likely we'll be seeing House of Learning here. Is there a world in which he goes Compound Defender? I could kind of see it, but I think House of Learning is just better. If your opponent in this position goes 2TC... Actually, no. Now that you're going to be 5 relics down, you might need Compounded Defender as a reset point. Oh boy, berries. Gets found out here. Wall's going to be there to slow things down. And it's buying vital time, folks. Spring on placements coming in 15 seconds. That actually is the difference maker there. It stops the dive. It protects him from a huge loss. Sass, that would have been the world to him, right? Getting that type of eco strike. Instead, just had to shuffle home. House of Learning now on the way in. B, maybe walking that 5th relic home. He already has 4 banked. Plenty of gold coming. That's going to enable this mass samurai push. Sass, meanwhile, halfway towards his tech up, he needs to find a way quickly and drastically into mass crossbows here. Alternatively, maybe Lancers could work for you. One of the two, though. Against Veteran Samurai that are going to have the extra damage from Adachi, there's not many other options. And for now, the Ghazi are going to do well. But weird split here. Mad Samurai blocked the Ghazi. The Samurai able to engage with the units they get bonus damage against. Spearman not going to be able to hold on long here. Tech up does come through. The headbang is there, though. No. No. He's like, I can do it too, guys. Look, we heal. Yeah, it doesn't really compare, though, guys. 2 guys healing versus 10 kind of makes Japanese sound weak. But it's actually that Delhi is strong. I've seen this place so many times. Usually they do it in Feudal Age to win a decisive fight. We're about to see it in Castle. Sass is just injuring them over time and then healing, and injuring and healing. The issue for B is because he went for Samurai, he opened the doors for this. When it was Mounted Samurai, there wasn't really time to take these breaks, because you took these breaks, your villagers would die. But now that it's such a slow-moving army, Sass has the breaks he needs to back off, heal, come back. Yeah, I don't know what it is with Samurai recently. I've rarely ever seen a Samurai transition in a Japanese game in the last, like, 3 or 4 months that ended well. It feels like Japan wins or loses based on the Mount Samurai. And this is looking like a loss. Big chunk of Samurai going down. Ninjas are at least being a little bit annoying, and Samurai are idling out the food. But the military lead, it's starting to turn into quality and not just quantity for SAS, right? We've got crossbows coming in. You've got knights, men-at-arms. Hone Blades is also on the way. We even have the Forced March to guarantee he can reposition here. Be behind this, he does have a big lead, but if the plan is just to keep doing Mad Samurai, he's going to be playing into his counter. I think you need Ona Bigisha. It's tricky though, because if you know your opponent's going Men-at-Arms, and you go only Bigisha, you have nothing to clear. It's almost like you need a full switch now into Ona Bigisha, Ona Musha, which is not going to be cheap. I mean, B has a little bit of time before SAS would attack him. B is doing a good job in that regard of like controlling the map, right? He got 5 relics, he got 2 sacred sites, ironically against the Delhi. One weakness of what B has done here, as is a classic of choosing Coca, where's your farm transition? When's it happening? He's doing it right now, but without the Kura, it doesn't feel smooth. It feels very expensive. Double sprung hit. Villages will be safe. Yeah, you can't burn these down. These are fortified, remember? It's going to be a bit of a ride by. 2 extra villages were here. However, B seems to have dodged death. SAS will not see him. He ran all the way. You can't even see them from our POV because they're hidden on the trim. Let's have a Mount Samurai hiding up here, so might be trying to roam back onto the berries. SAS now going into the elephants, though. And this is where things are a bit tricky. Yeah, because look at what the switch is. B. Oh, this hurts, man. I feel like Ona Bigisha was right earlier, but now it's too late. I mean, he couldn't have known that for sure it was going to be elephants, right? Actually, like, don't war elephants just hard counter Japan? I feel like they do, right? Because correct me if I'm wrong, what do you build as Japan against? You have to go spears, which very rarely will you see a Japanese player happy about going spears in castle. Because your Onimusha are really weird and slow to scale. I mean, you can kite in theory, but the thing about war elephants is they force a direct fight, and I think that's where Onimusha can feel weird. If you catch, like, you know, an elephant on their own, great, Onimusha will win. But this army, and you have Onimusha backline, is going to feel a bit odd, right? I don't know, I think war elephants are actually really good against most civs, but against Japan, because of what they typically build, Mountain Samurai, Samurai, Ona Bigisha, war elephant's the dream. Well, it's going to be a dive in towards the gold. B has plenty of that in reserve. He's going to need it. Military Academy is on the way. We have Daimyo level 2 as well. SAS is going to back up. Needs to pull the cavalry away, though. Elephant? I mean, you bait him onto the elephant, right? And then turn. Second wave's coming in, and there we go. Turns around onto him. Needs to be careful with the Ghazi. You don't want to be frontlining them into the Bigisha. That's how they win the fights. SAS running a little bit low on food. He's min-maxing for it. B, meanwhile, more farms are layered in here. He has also got the Urashira drops. The TC is producing quicker. B needs this area, though, for the active gold gathering. Even with all the relics, he spends so much. That's the weakness of Japan. Spear transition on the way from B. How long is it going to take, though? Scholars are looking at front line. That's kind of cool. Remember, they do not have the infantry tag, so the samurai don't kill them faster. Elephant also peels off and drags most of the army here. This split, it should favor SAS. Crossbows, completely unhindered, shooting on the back line. And the war elephant is loving life right now. He even stabs them on the retreat. Yeah, let me know. Did you know that, by the way? Comments in the chat. Did you know that the spears attack as you walk, even when they're looking the wrong way? That's style points right there. And look at the army. Absolutely erased. Didn't even kill the elephant. SAS, oh my. That one pull, that one elephant. I feel like this is a recurring theme right now. The amount of times I've cast a Delhi game where one elephant has made the difference. And it's happened again. Villagers now run for their lives. There's so many cavalry units left alive. B, I can't believe this, right? He played it right on the opening. He got 5 relics, but the follow-up left so much to be desired here. And SAS, His victory seems undeniable. 2 sacred sites locked in. A flood of troops towards the B's base. And B, make that gold last long, son, because you got none in reserve. Also, the villagers, what? Not safe at all. That's going to be a 10 eco lead, if not more. He's still flooding. Damn. Sassy on point in this one. Gonna need a shower after this one after having to go to a deli pick, but that means he's going to be 1 game up in a best-of-3 single elim against B. Not an easy opponent to overcome, not when they get this type of lead, but I think in hindsight, B's going to be looking back at this and wonder, man, was the Samurai worth it? Is there something else I should have went to? Could I maybe played Onimusha, kited him on the map, not needed to play this way? Was the Ghazi threat too big to allow for Musha? Or did the Onabagisha transition need to happen earlier? I mean, I get the thought process here, right? He didn't have enough knights, so if he went Onabagisha without Samurai, he doesn't have anything to contest men-at-arms from Delhi, which you know they're going to be doing with House of Learning. It's a tricky affair. I don't know, I feel like these details we're highlighting is just another pristine example of why Japan struggles against Delhi so much. It's just, before the Delhi changes, it was in feudal, and now it's very much castle-focused and just as painful. Well, at this stage, he's just processing the loss. I mean, just look at the mini-map and see all the blue. The elephant's doing a victory lap at the base right now. And that should be GG. So, opening win for Sassy. Remember, the winner of this is going to go for a showdown up against Vortex in that quarterfinals. Sassy looking on point today. Oh my god. Line him up. Set him on fire. We're going to speed this up now. Finally, it comes through. GG confirmed. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about this one. Kind of a crazy game. For a moment, it looked like B was in a dominant position. But that one elephant ruined him. And did you know that elephants can just 360 stab no matter where they're looking? Let me know in the comments. I'll catch you in the next one.